Okay, judging by her accent, we're just going to assume that she is from Australia. And you already know when you're dealing with women from the UK, Australia, that is feminazi haven. You know what I mean? I mean, sorry, feminazi heaven in terms. Well, I'm not gonna say heaven, but it's just a hot hub of feminazis. So you're really dealing with, the final bosses of when we talk about Schrodinger's, Schrodinger's feminazis. You know what I mean? So these are the final bosses. So yeah. So she's going to give her opinion. She saw something via TikTok and she was inspired. So let's hear her inspiring message towards all the other women out there. Let's take a listen.
Don't mind me and me fucking husband beater. But I saw a TikTok the other day that said, when you're trying to get with me, you're not in competition with anyone else. The person you're in competition with is me. You need to make my life better, then I already make it. And ever since I saw that TikTok, I've literally been fucking gobsmacked. It's like rotating in my fucking brain, like fucking Homer Simpson when he's like, whoop, 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 whoop. Is that Homer Simpson or was that Futurama? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's been stuck in my fucking brain. And I'm so afraid to get into a relationship because I make my life fucking amazing. I buy whatever I want. I do whatever I want. I'm my own fucking sugar daddy. I'm my own sugar daddy. My life is amazing when it's just me. And I'm so afraid to get into a relationship because I don't want someone to take away my happiness and the things that I fucking love. Now that I think of my exes, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? I wish somebody told me this years ago. What the fuck? Anyway, you're all going to be getting divorced now. If you're going to take something away from today, please let it be that. Tell them, you need to make my life better, then I already make it. Anyway, ciao, au revoir. Have a good fucking day. See ya.
And I think people talk about, the TikTok ban, and actually I don't want TikTok to get banned. But now that I don't actually want TikTok to get banned, now they want it to get banned. And I believe part of the reason is this stuff here. And because too many women are using TikTok to express how they really feel, and they use TikTok as a diary, and it's just turning men off. Now men are just literally like, what kind of individual what kind of people are we dealing with here? What kind of people am I simping for? What kind of people am I going to school? You know what I mean? Getting certain educations and stuff. What am I doing here? And you're dealing with a woman that wants to compete with you. And you're just like, now we already know, I don't have to repeat that. Obviously, most men don't want to be competing with their women. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's not there is no competition, or people want to say there's a gender war. There is no gender war. There is no gender there is no gender war. Just the fact that a man can say, I'm gonna hurt women, and there's gonna be a swarm of men to protect said woman that might get hurt by a man that says that. There's no gender war. There is no gender war. So that's irrelevant. Also, I keep hearing this thing. You're in it's like, this is not something new. I've been hearing this from a lot of women where they're just like, you're not in competition with the next man, you're in competition with me. And you're just like, okay. Sit down, dear. that's all you just want to say, but you're just like, okay. Now let's look at some of these comments. Oh yeah, so she did say she had a husband. I don't know that. So she said, "Excuse my beta husband" or something. I don't know. What did she say in the beginning?
Don't mind me and me fucking husband beta. But
and me husband beta. Oh, that's probably his name. I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to say there. But I'll say this. Also, before I even go in, any woman, all these women that be making these videos in their car, you know what I mean? Like, all the like.
And me fucking husband beater. But
okay, so let me see. We saw the Twitter, but any woman that you see how all these feminazis are like making all their videos in their car talking crazy about their husband or their dude. Anytime you see a woman making, like, it's like her primary location of literally all of her videos are in her car, that means that woman ain't on nothing, bro. that means she ain't about ish. And on top of that, she's That means in low key, that low key means she has a dude at home or a husband at home that's taking care of everything, and she doesn't want to get caught out. Because there's been a lot of women, they get caught out being taken care of, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is. They get caught by their husbands or their boyfriend making this content, and then they get exposed. There've been a lot of, or it'll be like a woman talking about how you need to know your worth and blah, blah, blah. Then they find out she's a sugar baby, or they find out she's like the main sugar baby of a prominent white dude, a prominent older white dude, right? And she's just one of many, but she's like the main one. And now she's making videos on how to be, how to finesse men, even though she's the one being finessed. It's this is the stuff that we're dealing with right here. So somebody says she's not hot enough to be talking with that kind of confidence. But what you got to understand is she's young. She is a young Caucasian woman, and women. Sorry, we're talking about particularly Caucasian women at that age. They're literally, and they're like, and all they have to be is just. They don't even have to be attractive anymore. They just have to be fit. They just need to not be fat. And if you are a Caucasian woman, you're not fat, and you look relatively decent, the attention that you're going to get is going to be like night and day. Now, when she hits obviously a certain age, once they talk about the wall, then obviously that attention. But you talk about the attention via Instagram, Tinder. All you got to do is ask the average girl that has an Instagram, let me check your DMs, let me see, and you'll be shocked the amount of DMs they get from all types of people, pastors, athletes, right? People from other schools, people from across the globe. You know what I mean? This is why, like, if you ask the average broad, hey, you got to delete your Instagram, she is not going to do that because of all the free attention she has, especially if you are a young Caucasian woman that is relatively attractive and just in shape. Like it's literally she's doing the picking. She's doing the picking. And I don't care how mid you think she looks. Trust me, she's doing the picking. She's having sex with who she wants to have sex with, right? Now, in her case, what happens is this attention that they get as young women, right? Pre-wall, right? They get this attention and they really think that men are actually taking them seriously. So what's the word? They conflate, attention, sexual attention from actual people taking them seriously. So they conflate the two, right? And they think that they're at a level up here, but they're really average. But they think they're in a level like for example, she would be, this is a 5, right? No disrespect to her, but when you look at her, this is a 5, or maybe a 4. Let me see.
Don't mind me and me fucking husband beater.
And then the more she talks, it just the points go down. But it's but it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm talking about, there's women in wheelchairs that are on Tinder and they still killing it. So you cannot be surprised if a girl like this, as average, if you that you think she is, she's still in her mind, she has options in her mind because she has plenty of sexual options, but in her mind, she considers that as options.
But I saw a TikTok the other day that said, when you're trying to get with me, you're not in competition with anyone else. The person you're in competition with is me. You need.
So, like I said, me. I. You owe me. You know what I mean? So, like, girls will say that have guys, quote unquote, fighting over them in their mind. Like the guy will ask her, "Oh, who else am I in competition with?" Almost as a joking thing. But women are so self-centered in like America and UK or Australia that because you're not mentioning them, even though the guy's actually complimenting her that she has options, she's still like, no, you're in competition with me. Look at me.
Need to make my life better, then I already make it. And ever since I saw that TikTok, I've literally been fucking gobsmacked. It's like rotating in my fucking brain, like fucking Homer Simpson when he's like.
Now, I'll just end it here because as soon as she said, I saw something on TikTok, you literally should just be like, okay, have a nice day. have a good one. Have a good one. So somebody's right here, he said, it was perfect. He said, she said I 1,000 times. You know what I mean? And that's That speaks volumes about who she is as a person. It speaks volumes. They said spinster is best. Spinster life is best for you. Then you already know what she's going to turn into. Remember the woman I showed you in her like late 40s or 50s, whatever, talking about I've been single my whole life. I've been trying to give this. I have this big love inside of me that I could give to anybody. But meanwhile, when you look back at what she was saying in her 20s, what she was trying to do, what her sexual goals were, she was on demon time. And there's a lot of women right now on demon time. They have a very inflated sense of self, like very inflated, like their ego is overinflated, like to the moon, you know. And I always tell men, just remember that, because it's good. I'm telling you, they're in the 10 years down the line, then the new, or 5 was literally 5 for her, especially when you're dealing with white women. It's literally gonna be 5 years down the line. Then she's going to be like, where are the real men? We already know how this cycle works. She's going to hit 27 and 28. She's going to be like, where are the real men? But now I think she said she had a husband. So if she has a husband, that even makes it worse. So she's either fronting on camera, or this husband that she has is very, 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 very beta. And he's going to lose her anyways. So yeah, that's all I would say about her. Like that mentality she has, you know, it's so common. It's common and it's comical at this point.